Good YouTube, Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that what to expect season preview analysis. This time is on a very interesting team, the Portland Trail Blazers, a team that looked very different last year, and they gonna look different coming into this year. But they was able to win 36 games, which was the highest in the last 4 years. And we're going to see how they're going to be under Chauncey Billups and his coaching staff. They have a lot of guys that they're giving more time to because they feel that they're ready. They have other guys that shown that they improved and shown that they grown, like Denny Avdia and Tamani Kamada. And some of these guys play the same position, so they're going to have to figure out, how to use these guys and how to get these guys to accept their role. And Denny Avdia was really impressive with his jump shot, his ball handling, his scoring, his playmaking, his rebounding. He was just a really, really well-rounded player. He had a career high in points at 16.9. He had a career high in rebounds, 7.3. And he even had a career high in assists, 3.9. And he also played 30 minutes a game. And he was shooting real well from the field, 47%, even though it was lower than last year before this one. And he also shot a respectable 36% from three after shooting 37%, 2 years ago. I'm a guy that's very, very impressed with Denny Avdia. He's showing you that he has all-star caliber potential. He seems like he can take his game to another level. Still, he's 6'9", legitimate 240, so he does have the body. He does have the strength. And he's at a good weight and a good size, to be a guy that you can see being a good shot creator. When he came into the league, I didn't see it. It seemed like he was so far away from it. But he's been in the NBA for a while now. Since 2020, he got drafted number 9. He was a lottery pick because of his potential and his upside. And he's now realizing a lot of that in the modern time. And his game is becoming very, very good to see. And he might become a guy about 25, 26 that can get you 20 points per game easily in his career. We just have to see it happen. Tamani Kamara was one of the best defenders in the league last year, and he also was able to get double figures, and he shot respectable from the field and from three, 37% there, 45% from the field, and took 9.2 field goal attempts. I do think he's going to take more shots. I think more chances are going to be there. The coach is going to trust him a little bit more to make decisions and to make plays and to take shots just like he did last year. But I'm looking at him to take at least 11 to 12 shots a game or more. He did rebound the ball well compared to his rookie season. He also did pass a little bit better because he had the ball in his hands a little bit more, so that comes with the territory. And he did get 1.5 steals, which really helped the team. And it was showing that they can possibly be a play-in caliber team last year if things go right, because their players just played that well together and they played that well off of each other on both ends of the court. And another guy that helped with that was Donovan Clingan, who was a 20-year-old center that you had to respect. His birthday is going to be coming up in February, and he's going to be 22. He's a legitimate 7'2", 280 pounds, a real NBA body, real NBA length and strength. Obviously, you just want him to show that he's a legitimate starting caliber player. He played 67 games last year and started 37 of them. They got rid of DeAndre Ayton, and he's going to eat up those minutes more. And he can finish around the rim. He can get offensive rebounds. He can protect the rim. You just want to see more of it. He's a decent screen setter. He's an unselfish player to a fault. But that's just what we see now. We don't know how he's going to develop as an outside shooter. He's showing confidence that he's willing to take that shot. He's not afraid to take that three-point shot. He also has shown us that he has good body movement. He has good understanding of where he needs to be at on the court. He just needs to try harder and play, more aggressively, even offensively. That's mainly what I want to see from Donovan Clingan, and hopefully he brings that to the table this year. Jeremy Grant, age 31, he really wanted to show that he can be a bigger and better player, and teams gave him that opportunity. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out the way that he thought that it would. He became a role player again, just not on a team that can win a championship like he could have with the Denver Nuggets if he possibly would have stayed. They moved on because they drafted Michael Porter Jr. and got it done anyway. And he still collecting some nice checks, but he's been a little banged up. And on top of that, they haven't really been making the playoffs at all with the teams he went to. So he's been putting up numbers like 20.5 and 22.3 and 21 points per game. He showed that he can score. He showed that he can really be a guy that can use his length to his advantage, get to the basket, knock down threes at a good clip, get to the free throw line. He showed that he can be a great piece with the right talent around him. And that's why I looked at a team like Denver as a perfect place for him. But he wanted to take his talents to show that he can be a better player than most of us thought that he was. And it just didn't work out fully. He did show that he was better, but we already respected him. We already had love for him. He just ended up just getting some nice big paydays and really just put up empty stats because wins didn't come along with it and got a little bit more damaged. But I think that he can possibly be another solid season for him and a solid player. 37% from the field last year was abysmal. 36% from three is respectable, but he only played 47 games last year, and he only took 12 shots a game from the field, and he only took 3.5 free throw attempts, but he did shoot a good percentage, which was 84%. 3.5 rebounds. He also had 2.1 assists and a block, close to one steal. He did foul a lot and he did commit some turnovers and he didn't score a lot of points. But I think his time in Portland is basically almost done. Even if he see the rest of this season, I think they're going to go in a different direction. He wasn't the guy that they needed. He wasn't the guy that took them to the next level. He's just a guy that's, going to go to a championship contending team, make a couple less dollars, and try to, win a ring at the end of his career, which he's almost at. Young Hansen, that's the guy everybody's talking about. This big 7'1" center, 260 pounds, great IQ, great passing, a guy that can set great screens, very strong, very mobile, can finish around the rim. He has a lot of upside. He's a very interesting player. He's going to be one of the big reasons why a lot of people is going to be watching the Portland Trail Blazers to see what he's going to do each and every night. Hopefully he stays healthy so he can develop into the center that we see him being, especially after Summer League. He was the number 16 pick in the draft in 2025, and that shows you that he had a lot of promise. He has a lot of upside, and we want to see if he can put it all together and become one of the best centers in the league, or just a starter at best that can do multiple things and impact the game multiple ways. And that's what we're going to see if he can do for the Blazers or another team in the future if things don't work out with this one. Scoot Henderson, he is a guy that's going to get more opportunity with the trade that ended up happening that sent Anthony Simons to Boston. A lot of that had to do with the development of Scoot Henderson. They want to get the ball in his hands more. They want him to be a better player. They want to trust him more. They want to see him develop into a combo guard. He already averaged 4.1 assists. He already gave you 12.7 points, which is an improvement over his rookie year in some aspects because he shot the three better. He shot from the field better. He got to the free throw line about the same, and he ended up showing that he can still get to the basket and be a better defender. 1.1 steal a game, and his role was just being ready. Have that in the back of your head. Where you're gonna have opportunities, you're gonna have chances. Just go out there and make the best of them. We're gonna play and let you go through your mistakes. We're gonna let you have chances to prove who you are and what you are. I mean, you was the number 3 pick. We knew there would be some grind with that. We knew it was going to be some ugly moments with that. But they also have gotten highlights and flashes of what Scoot can really be and what he can really do. And that's the most positive thing that you have to look at it. Like, this guy's 6'3", 206 pounds at 21 years old, has the strength, has this athleticism. He's still trying to find a way to have the handles to get to the spots that he wants. He's still trying to have that mid-range in between game two with the floaters and the pull-ups. And he's still, like I said, trying to work on that three-point shot. He shot 35% from three last year. That's respectable on some decent amount of attempts. We have to see him continue to keep that confidence and continue to keep pushing forward. And that's going to be the way he breaks through as one of the better players at his position and one of the better players in the game, like a lot of people thought that he possibly could be when he got drafted. Jrue Holiday, just going to be a guy that's going to be with this team, going to bring some competitive fire. He's going to bring some defense intensity. He's going to bring a winning culture mentality. He's going to push people. He's going to say things. He's going to do things to get these guys ready to go. He's going to help them mature a lot more. He's going to help them play a lot harder and a lot smarter. And he's going to give them a whole lot of advice. That's what you need him for. Same with Damian Lillard, just as guys that the coach respect and you respect. So they're going to be telling you a lot of things you need to know, a lot of things you need to do, and it's going to accelerate your growth and your knowledge. And that's why they're going to be valuable that way. The only difference is Jrue Holiday actually going to be playing this year, and Damian Lillard won't because he's all coming off an Achilles injury. And even if he does come back, it's going to be so late in the season, it's not going to really matter that much because he's not going to really be the same player right away. But I would say Jrue Holiday, he's going to bring the two-way defense. He's going to bring the three-point shooting, the ability to get to the rim, the ability to find teammates, the ability to break down the defense. Two, and going to be a solid rebounder and a solid decision maker. And I feel like bringing him, you don't really have anything that's going to be problematic. He's just going to be a benefit to me for a roster that's young and still trying to find out a way to be good defenders and good players and trying to find a way to win games consistently. Jrue Holiday has done that basically everywhere he has gone for the most part, and he's been a big part of why those teams have succeeded. And I don't see Portland being another stop that's going to be different when it comes to that. Chris Murray, guys like Caleb Love and City, guys like Dube, Reef, guys like Ryan Rupert, guys like Matisse Thybulle, Blake Wesley, and Robert Williams. Those guys have shown that they can be key players, especially guys like Robert Williams, Matisse Thybulle, and Ryan Rupert, and Reith, and Chris Murray, and Caleb Love, and City. They show some potential that they can score. They can score in certain spots on the court. They can score if you give them the ball in the right position, and they can just be play finishers. And Matisse Thybulle obviously has two-way potential still. He can still stay in front of guys, make things tough, make things difficult, go for steals, interceptions when it comes to getting the ball in passing lanes, and he can finish in transition. And if he doesn't play that much, it's mainly because his offense hasn't been where it needs to be, even though he has improved as an offensive player. They have a lot of guards, they have a lot of wings on his roster that might cut into his opportunity, that might cut into his chances. You can say the same thing about Blake Wesley. You can say the same thing about Chris Murray. You can say the same thing about Caleb Love and City. They're guys that have shown that they can score, shown that they can play, but they just have a log jam at that position, which is the guard and the forward position. And I don't really see them getting a crazy amount of opportunities because they all can't get a piece of the pie of the playing time. Guys are going to play a lot of minutes, and some guys are going to play in fill-in minutes, and they just have to be willing to accept that sometimes they're going to play, sometimes they're not going to play as much, and sometimes they're not going to play at all. As long as they're fine with that, they're going to have a spot on this roster, and if they don't like it, they eventually will be off this roster because they just don't fit the plan of what the team is trying to be and what they're trying to do in the future. And then you have guys like Reith and Robert Williams that are always around the paint. They quick, they're fast, they can dunk without even having a problem. They have the ability to have explosiveness as bigs. They're a little undersized, but they make up it with their athleticism and their length, but they're still raw. Like, these guys are older for their position, but they still have potential. They still have a little bit untapped potential there, and those guys are going to be guys that you have to watch out for because they're going to be in that dunker spot, punishing you as much as they can, and they're going to catch you slipping from time to time as rim protectors, and they also are hustle type of rebounders that they're going to keep playing hard, keep trying to find a way to beat you to spots and opportunities, and if you don't come ready to box them out or you don't pay attention to them, they can hurt you, and that still shows you why they're going to be valuable to this team if they get minutes and opportunities. Other than that, Shaedon Sharpe, he has shown that he can be a legitimate scorer. Last year, he ended up scoring a career high 18.5 points per game, 45% from the field. He ended up shooting 31% from three with 6.6 3-point attempts per game. He got to the free throw line 3 times a game again, showing that it's legit. And he did get 4.5 rebounds and 2.8 assists, which is respectable for his position and the amount of times he had the ball in his hands. And he did play 31 minutes and started 52 games and played 72 in general last year. So he didn't have a mind-blowing season. It was just a respectable season. They know he can handle the ball. They know he can score. They know he can shoot a little bit. He needs to work on his consistency when it comes to three-point shooting and his ability to get the ball off the catch or off the dribble or just be a spot-up shooter a little bit better is what he needs to continue to work on. I know three-point shooting is the hardest thing to do. I know just mid-range or scoring is hard to do, but he's already progressing as one of the better scorers on this team and one of the better scorers in the league. He just needs to keep working on his body. He needs to keep working on his shot, and he just needs to work on, if they're going to take that away, just get your way to the free throw line or to the rim. And he's starting to figure that out slowly. Some players develop quicker than others. Some develop faster than others. He's showing you that he's still living up to the promise that he was drafted for. And that's something we're going to see if he can really become a 20-plus scorer for this team or close to it like he was last year. And you would take that because you have so many other guys that's playing the same position, or you have to consolidate eventually to get a guy that can take this team and fit this team a lot better. And you might have to do that once or twice if you want to turn this team into a legitimate playoff team, which they wasn't really that far from last year. Like I said, they won 36 games. So they're showing you that they're getting closer and closer to that goal of being a playoff team all over again. I don't really see that changing much. I think they're going to win in the same range between late 20s and mid 30s. That may be a cut for them not to make it to the play-in and a cut for them not to make it to the playoffs. But they made a lot of these moves to bring veterans that can help these guys really embrace being young, but embrace being the fact that these guys going to be in your face trying to help you get better. Get guys that they love and respect and feel like they can trust to help them become the players that they want to be and the players that they think they can be. And I think that that's just what they want to do. We like our group of guys. We like the talent that we had. We just need to put them in better position, put them in better situation, and help them get better understanding. And those guys are going to be more knowledgeable and have better IQ and better understanding of what they need to do and what they should be doing that can help them become the players that they want to be. And that's what the whole purpose of the NBA can be sometimes. You want to prove that you one of the best. You want to show that you're one of the best, but you have to continue to put the work and have the ethic that's needed to be one of the best. In Portland, they're getting closer to being one of the best in the West again, but you still want them to, take their time and become the player that they should be. And that can take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years, but it just shows you that you have to want it, and you have to give these guys those opportunity and those chances because you want it for them too. That's why you drafted them. That's why you traded for them, to see them blossom into the player that they want to be and that you think they should be. You can see it from the start when you get them, and you want to see them finish it out and do it under your journey, under your organization, because that's why you wanted them in the first place. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to the channel, I do conversation video just like this in various NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. And I also do mock draft and draft coverage too. So you love that type of content. I got over 3,000 videos already on my channel that you can watch and enjoy right now. Plus, I upload videos each and every day about NBA only content. So if you love that type of stuff, you want more of that type of stuff, and that's the type of content you're looking for, you found this channel. It was meant for you to do that. Now you just gotta subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you can get all the analysis about basketball that you want from me. And that might be all you need anyway. But other than that, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for supporting me in the past, the present. I hope y'all continue to support me in the future. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is and continuing to come back and make time for me and care about what I have to say and care what I want to show y'all. That's the purpose of being a content creator. I'm blessed to have fans like y'all. I don't take it for granted. That's why I upload every day and give y'all a lot of different styles of how to end up getting information about basketball and showing y'all the best analysis that I can. I do all this on my own. I do all this for y'all, and I do it for my own happiness because y'all give it to me when y'all watch the content and enjoy it. Other than that, I'm going for now. Y'all stay blessed up. Peace. And I'll see y'all hopefully later today or tomorrow. And I'm going for now, man. Y'all stay blessed.